Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Finance with Avern. In this video, I'm going to go over and show you the buys and sells that Warren Buffett did with Berkshire Hathaway, his holding company. Now, Warren Buffett pretty much doesn't need an introduction. There's a good chance you're watching a video like this, a personal finance and investing video. You likely know who Warren Buffett is. I've done a couple of videos on him and talked about him some in other videos, but basically to me, he's one of the best investors of all time. Very smart, very intelligent, full of wisdom. Net worth right here, as you see, around $119 billion. When it comes to the buys and sells, these are for Berkshire Hathaway, his holding company, which is massive. Their total assets under management is around $1 trillion. And with his buys and sales, he actually surprised me with some of the things that he sold and some of the things that he bought. And some of the things make sense. Warren Buffett has a massive portfolio. Apple is the main company in his portfolio. And in the third quarter of 2023, Warren Buffett was a net seller of stocks, which means he sold more stocks than he bought. So that's already telling you something right there with how he thinks was going on in the economy. And I'm going to go over what he reduced first, and then I'm going to tell you go over the ones that he sold out of completely. So yeah, I'm just going to skip around here a little bit. Looking at the September 30th, 2023, that's the ending of the third quarter of 2023. So as you see at the top right here, Chevron, major huge oil and gas company, he reduced his stake in Chevron by around 10.45%. So he sold over 12 million shares of Chevron, which is a lot. He has been recently increasing his position in Occidental Petroleum, so he has still a nice size holding, of course, in Chevron for sure, as you see, and everything, but also Occidental Petroleum, which he didn't do anything with this most recent quarter, but he has been adding to it substantially. As you see, his share count of that is massive right there. So yeah, he's still in oil and gas for sure. Just trimmed his position some in Chevron, and that price range from Chevron was around $152.88 to $171.04. Just looking at the chart for Chevron, it's down year to date about 17%. For the past 6 months, it's down around 6%. Zoom out some more though. 5 years is up around 27%, and lifetime of the stock is up over 1,617%. So he also reduced his stake in HP, the technology computer company, Hewlett Packard. He reduced his stake by 15.24%. So he sold over 18 million shares of that. The price range for HP that last quarter was between $25.57 and $33.56. And with HP stock year to date, the stock is up around 5.83%. Past 6 months is down about 7.9%. Zoom out some, for 5 years is up around 25%, and lifetime of the stock is up over 2,000%. Also, Warren Buffett reduced his stake in Markel Group, ticker symbol MKL. He reduced this by 66.35%. So he sold more than half of his position in this stock. Not a big position, but he sold more than half of it. And Markel is pretty much a holding company for insurance, reinsurance, and investment operations. So you can see right here the list of some of the ventures and companies that they're included in. The stock price for this company during that time was between $1,365 and $1,543. And with Markel stock year to date, it's up around 6%. For the past 6 months, it's up around 3.9%. Zoom out for 5 years, it's up around 29%. And lifetime of the stock is up over 16,000%. And then also looks like Warren Buffett reduced his stake in Globe Life, which is a financial services company, ticker symbol GL. He reduced this position more than half on this one as well, 66.97%. So sold around 1.6 million shares of this company. And the price of Globe Life during this time was between $108.63 and $115.36. Year to date, Globe Life is down around 1%. 6 months is up around 8.6%. 5 years is up around 37%, and lifetime of the stock is up over 7,000%. A couple more reductions here for Warren Buffett, then I'll go over the ones he sold out and his new buys, which are very interesting. So yes, he also reduced his stake in Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. He reduced it about 5.22%, so sold about 551,000 shares right here. The stock price for Amazon during this time was between $125.98 and $144.85. Now, Amazon pretty much doesn't need an introduction. There's a good chance you know something about Amazon. Not only just a major online retailer, but also they're into cloud computing, advertising, streaming, and more. So year to date, Amazon stock is up around 69%. For the past 6 months, it's up around 22%. For 5 years, Amazon stock is up around 93%. And lifetime of the stock, Amazon is up over 161,000%. It also looks like Warren Buffett reduced his stake in Aon, ticker symbol AON, which is a management consulting firm. He reduced his stake in this around 5.42%, so sold about 235,000 shares of this one. The price of this stock during that time was between $314.14 and $343.21. Now with this stock, AON, it's up around 10% year to date. For the past 6 months, it's up around 1.7%. And for the 5 years, it's up around 104%. Lifetime of the stock is up over 5,700%. All right, those were the stocks that Warren Buffett reduced his stake in. Now let's jump into the ones he sold out of completely. So he sold out of Activision Blizzard. That was around 14.6 million shares. And that was the one he pretty much going along with the Microsoft acquisition of Activision. And so that went through, and Warren Buffett is out of his Activision position. And so, yeah, Activision Blizzard, major video game company, you know, big titles like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, several other games, and mobile gaming as well. And the next stock he sold out of completely was General Motors, ticker symbol GM. Sold out of that position 22 million shares. Looks like the stock was between $32.26 and $40.50 during that time. General Motors, major, you know, vehicle automobile company. Year to date, General Motors is down around 17%. For the past 6 months, it's down around 14%. 5 years, General Motors is down around 21.99%. And lifetime of the stock, General Motors is down 18.18%. So this stock is just down all around. Has it been up for any of these lengths of time right here? Oh, there you go. Past 5 days is up. And today, on this day right here is up. But past month, past 6 months, year to date, 1 year, 5 year, General Motors, wow. Okay. Can definitely see at least one reason why he got out of this stock. Buffett is completely out of that stock right there, General Motors. And also Warren Buffett sold out of Celanese Corp, ticker symbol CE, which is a specialty technology and materials company. Sold out of that position completely, around 5.3 million shares. Looks like the stock was between $112.16 and $129 during that quarter. And with Celanese, year to date, the stock is up around 27%. For the past 6 months, it's up around 20%. For 5 years, it's up around 26%. And lifetime of the stock is up around 712%. And also, looks like Warren Buffett sold out of Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol J&J, major pharmaceutical company. They just recently split off more of their consumer retail part of their brand, pretty much. You know, some of those brands you see sold in, you know, Walgreens and Target or whatnot, they split that part off. But Johnson & Johnson still a major pharmaceutical company. Sold out of that position completely. Didn't have a major stake in it. I mean, a small stake in a company for Warren Buffett is a major stake for a lot of people, of course. But yeah, he sold around 327,000 shares out of that one completely. Looks like the stock was between $155.75 and $174.48. And with J&J stock, year to date is down around 15.94%. Past 6 months is down around 5.48%. And for 5 years is up around 5.32%. And also last quarter, Warren Buffett sold out of Mondelez, ticker symbol MDLZ, which is that food and beverage and snack company. Sold 578,000 shares of that one. Stock price was between $69.39 and $75.35 during that quarter. And with Mondelez stock, it is up year to date around 6.6%. Past 6 months is down about 8.5%. For 5 years is up around 61%. Lifetime of the stock up 252%. Buffett is really selling, you all. I thought I was on the last thing he sold out of, but there's 2 more. So yeah, Buffett also sold out of Procter & Gamble, ticker symbol PG. Procter & Gamble is huge consumer discretionary consumer goods product company. You likely have something in your house that was made by Procter & Gamble, paper products, cleaning products, beauty products, just various different things that they're into. So yeah, Procter & Gamble, huge company. He didn't have a major stake in it. I mean, a small stake in a company for Buffett is a huge stake or a big stake for other people. I mean, he sold 315,400 shares. That's a lot. Procter & Gamble's trading around, what, $150, $160 a share, something like that, I believe. Well, yeah, $151. Yeah. So yeah, he had a lot in there, but not compared to other holdings in his portfolio. But yeah, he sold out of that position, and that stock was trading between a range of $145.86 and $157.09 during that time. And let's look at to see how Procter & Gamble's been doing this year. So year to date, Procter & Gamble's down about 0.33%. For a whole year, which we're almost at a whole year now. The stock is up about 4.63%. 5-year, Procter & Gamble's up about 65%, and lifetime of the stock's gonna be over 1,000 something. Yeah, over 4,000%. So that is interesting. Sold out of that position completely in the third quarter of 2023. And the last thing that Warren Buffett sold out of with Berkshire Hathaway is UPS, ticker symbol UPS, United Parcel Service. Had 59,400 shares, sold out of that position completely. Another position that wasn't really huge in its portfolio compared to other holdings in his portfolio, but would be huge for other people, of course. But yeah, so he sold out of this stock completely. It was trading in a range between $151.90 and $188.34 during that time of the third quarter of 2023. And let's look and see how this stock has been performing. Oh yeah, forgot to say UPS. You likely know what UPS is as well. I mean, you see the big brown trucks delivering packages. You very well, if you bought something online, there's a great chance it was delivered by UPS. It's pretty much UPS, FedEx, and USPS, United States Parcel Service, and then there's DHL. But yeah, UPS is major in shipping and logistics. So very big company right here. And let's check to see how it did this year. Yeah, year to date is down about 15.58%. And for a year, it's down about 18%. For 5 years, zooming out, UPS is up about 36.15%. Lifetime of the stock is up around 106%. And the thing with a couple of these stocks right here, this is a dividend stock right here. You see that yield right there, 4.38%. Also, Procter & Gamble, dividend stock. Mondelez, I'm pretty sure they pay a dividend as well. Let's see. Yeah, Mondelez, 2.41% dividend. General Motors, pretty sure they pay a dividend. Yep, dividend, small yield, but 1.28%. So Buffett sold out of some companies that pay a dividend, and he is a value dividend type investor. Not all of his stocks, pay a dividend, or even a high yield. His largest position, Apple, pays a dividend, but it's not a huge yield. So he definitely sold out of some stocks that pay a dividend. So that's going to be a little bit of less income coming in. Of course, he has treasuries. So he's been getting into treasuries this year more so. So he's getting yield from that as well. He's earning a lot of yield on his cash on that portfolio in Berkshire Hathaway. So I'm sure this is very well thought out, and probably why he sold some of these out, because he's getting better yield and safer yield, I guess you could say, from treasuries, some other stocks too as well. But yeah, so we're gonna look at his whole portfolio, but let's look at what he added to his portfolio. There's so much that he sold out of and reduced his stake in. Let's check out what he added. And with some of the additions and new buys in the third quarter of 2023, Buffett is getting more into entertainment. So yeah, that's why I put that in the title. You'll see here soon. And this is kind of like an ongoing thing with him of diversifying his portfolio somewhat. That's out of, and I won't say left field, because there's a lot of moving parts going on in Berkshire Hathaway, a lot of minds and things going to work there. So with the second quarter of 2023, he got into home builders, and that was, pretty much different for his portfolio. So this quarter right here, most recently, he's getting into entertainment more. So he added to his position in Liberty Live Group, ticker symbol LLYVK. But then he also added a new position in Liberty Live Group under a different stock ticker symbol of LLYVA. So you see right here on the Liberty Live Group, LLYVK added, increases position. Looks like 3,268%. So he bought, wow, 10,802,069 shares. So major increase in that position right there. That stock was trading around $30.79 and $37 right there. And then also he added a new position in that other ticker symbol. So 5 million, a little over 5 million shares right there. So yes, Liberty Live Group, he has those ticker symbols LLYVA and LLYVK now. And now this is what they state right here. You see on the website, the world's leading live entertainment company is what they're saying they are. So yeah, the businesses and assets attributed to the Liberty Live Group consist of Liberty Media's interest in Live Nation and other minority investments. And there's a good chance you know what Live Nation is. If you've gone to a concert or some kind of event, bought tickets online or some major event, it was likely through Live Nation somewhat. So yeah, that is a very well-known company right there in the entertainment space for sure. And so that is interesting. So you see those ticker symbols right there, those stocks. So Series A and a Series C Liberty Live common stock that Buffett has added to his position in, and also had a new position in. So some of the assets attributable to Liberty Live Group, we got Associated Partners, Drone Racing League, Green Energy Investments, Griffin Gaming Fund, INRIX, not sure what that is. Let's see. Provider of traffic data and analytics to automobile OEMs, governments, businesses, and consumers. Okay. Chronic Arena Company. What's this? Owner of the Ball Arena. Okay. The sports and entertainment facility in Denver, Colorado. Liberty Technology Venture, Live Nation, Overtime Sports, Tastemade. Tastemade brings the world's leading tastemakers in food together to create high-quality shows in the food and lifestyle category for digital platforms. So they have, food, and then the data analytics and drone racing, and yeah, so this is interesting in Buffett's portfolio now, more so than before. So you have these two stocks. Let's look at how they're performing this year. So LLYVK, year to date, it's down around 3.9%. For a year, about 3.9% down. Let's look at the other ticker symbol for this one right here. So year to date, down about 1.88%. And this one, yeah, same thing with this one. I guess they went public back in August, so just a couple months ago. This is even more interesting now to me, not knowing that. So Buffett recently got into this stock in the third quarter of 2023, and it recently went public just here in the third quarter of 2023. And both of the Liberty stocks do not pay a dividend. So that is something to take note of right there with Buffett and both of these Liberty Media stocks. Neither one of them pay a dividend. So that is two of Buffett's new buy in addition in his portfolio. And also SiriusXM is a new buy in his portfolio, ticker symbol SIRI. And I think he's been in this stock before, but I'm not exactly for sure. But yeah, he added about 9.6 million shares of this stock. It was traded between $3.88 and $7.81 during that time. So a new addition to his portfolio. And SiriusXM is a radio, basically. So it is streaming radio, major company in that space right there. And it is, and they have all kind of radio, just regular music, talk, podcasts, all the things, but also sports. Year to date with SiriusXM, it is down about 12%. For the year, down about 21%. 5 years, down about 16%. And lifetime of the stock, just about 6.9%. You see how this stock had a run up right here, was holding up, and then just has been trading single digits, even below $1 since then. I don't think it's got over $10 since 2002 or back in this. Wow. Oh, SiriusXM pays a dividend. Okay, SiriusXM, it's right there, has a dividend yield of about 2.09%. So it does pay a dividend, even though it's really been beaten down. Stock jumps 15% as Buffett reveals stake in it. So yeah, you do have the Buffett pop or the Buffett spike or whatever you want to call it that happens when people find out Buffett's in a new stock. For sure, that does happen sometimes. But so yeah, that is another addition in his portfolio. And then you also have Atlanta Braves Holding, ticker symbol BATRK. Atlanta Braves Holding. And Atlanta Braves are a major, league baseball team in Atlanta. So yeah, Atlanta Braves are a major league baseball team. They actually won the championship a couple of years ago. And he added this position in his portfolio, around 223,000 shares. And that stock was trading between $35 and $42 during that time right there. Let's check to see how this stock has been doing, because like I say, this is definitely a sports, stock right here. This is tied to a major league team. So this isn't like, streaming or, commercial rights or just that or something like that. But this is Atlanta Braves Holding. So let's check to see how it's doing year to date, up about 12%. For the year, about 9.8%. 5 year, 47.70%. And lifetime of the stock around 131%. And this is another stock that doesn't pay a dividend. So yeah, those are the buys and sell that Warren Buffett did with Berkshire Hathaway in the third quarter of 2023. Let's just take a look of his portfolio overall, kind of just the major holdings, so you can kind of get an idea. So this is the heat map, so to speak, of Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway portfolio. Like I was saying, Apple's the major position in his portfolio. And you have Bank of America, American Express, Coca-Cola, Chevron, Oxy Petroleum. And you see how it gets smaller from there. You see a couple of the stocks right there that he sold recently were a sizable amount in his portfolio, but you don't see all the stocks he sold out of or reduced because there's such a smaller part of his portfolio that they don't really show up on the heat map. They're in the etc. section, I guess you can kind of say. Buffett overall was a net seller in the third quarter of 2023 with much more selling than buying. So very interesting to look at that, and hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Take care.